to this vlog. It is the end of September. However, I'm going to call this the beginning of October vlog. Yes, because we're kind of sliding into that October month. And I wanted to just check in and see how you've been all doing. Give me a moment. So this is clearly why I cannot be trusted holding anything while I am filming, even when the camera is still and all I've got is myself to be responsible for. Never mind trying to hold the camera like this and make sure I don't run into something. I'll throw that shirt in the wash in a second. I just wanna, all I want to do is have some drink, you know. Alright, let's talk about what's been happening. Not a whole lot actually, because most of my time has been taken up by work, and then I eat, and then I clean, and then I sleep. That's really been about it. End of the vlog. No, really. I've been trying really hard to still set up time for myself, but really to focus on that aspect of self-care, which is eating and getting enough rest. Work is, as always, crazy, and we've kind of got, you know, money in a jar to see how long we're going to be still full-fledged on site until COVID shuts us down. Who even knows? But let's talk about some fun things, shall we? I went over to Chapters-Indigo, which is our version of a Barnes & Noble's, I'm assuming. Let me know if you're down the States, if Barnes & Noble's also does other like housewares and stationery and stuff like that. Our version, so Chapters-Indigo, has in the past 5 years or so really branched out into lifestyle products, and I guess part of it is because readership of actual books has gone down. Loads of people either read digitally or they don't go in and buy paper copies of things anymore. So I guess to expand their market and spread a little wider, they've started doing just some small houseware goods. You know, it's all the really trendy, kitschy kind of stuff. But their stationery though is great. Love it. Always something cute, never too expensive. Like, it's expensive enough where you feel like it's a treat, but it's an attainable treat. So it's like your payday treat. Anyway, I bought myself a new notebook. I haven't decided if this notebook is going to be for work or if it's just going to stay home with me and I use it for other stuff. It says, "Papaya Don't Preach." It's about half off, $5.50, and what I really love with a lot of the notebooks from Chapters-Indigo is that their paper quality is actually very good. I don't know what is the actual GSM, but I can use pretty much any of my felt pens. My fountain pen works fine. I like to write with thicker, bolder, like ink pens most of the time. Side note, pages are gilded gold. And the paper just works really well. Now, not all of the papers from their own stationery line are like this. If you happen to be in a store, touch them if you can and you can tell, but the ones that are slightly thicker, and they do many of the notebooks in that paper, it's fabulous. I've bought many notebooks with that paper and it's always worked out great. And I thought Papaya Don't Preach is super cute. I'll keep it for something, I'm sure. If not for work, then just for myself. Now let's talk the magazine aisle. I find it's so hard to get hobby-specific magazines here, especially for crafting. When I think about the crafting aisle, the section in the magazine aisle, usually what you see are quilts. I want to say it seems like America is really big on quilts. Like, that's just their thing. When you see magazines about sewing, it's almost always quilts. Nothing against quilts, but I'm much more of a garment maker and not a quilter. So it's been hard to find those hobby magazines, well, for sewing clothes. But once in a while, some of the stores, like Chapters, will get overseas stuff. So I managed to find This is called Make It Today, issue 56. And I guess the subtitle is called Sewing Made Simple. I love the UK sewing magazines. I think they're done so much better than the ones we have here or the ones coming out of the States, because most of the stuff we get here are from the States. It's just much more modern. The choice of fabrics and the designs they pair together don't look quite as mature. Like, there's nothing wrong with mature per se, but I'm not at that stage in my life yet, and I want things that still feel youthful. Threads is a sewing magazine that has a long history and has been here for a while, but none of their stuff really intrigued me, you know. You gotta pair it with some cute combo of fabrics and styling to really draw in a younger audience, and I think the UK magazines do this so well. I'm very certain this is coming out of the UK. So this is what the magazine looks like, and as you can tell, what drew me in, 59 dressmaking patterns. So this magazine comes with links to download and instructions to make 59 different items. I would like to get a bit more into playing around with pattern alterations. Not at the point of pattern drafting quite yet. I don't feel confident and comfortable with that, but I love to try hacking some sewing patterns. So these are download and print, and I did manage to find a shop in Canada that will print the large size, I guess they're called copy shop pages for patterns that are downloadable. I haven't checked if the patterns coming out of this are meant to be printed on your home printer and then glued together. You know how fun that is. Not very fun. Or if you can get a copy that is a larger size, and I will just pay to get it printed. I will leave the link for if you're Canadian and you're looking for a place to get those. I think they're called A0 prints. Yeah, loads of stuff, and these come with instructions as well. Like, not illustrated instructions, but if you're familiar with some basic sewing, you can muddle through these, I'm sure, just fine. What are some other cute ones I saw? You know I love a code, or code again. Yeah, so I'm so excited to read this with the rest of my drink, hopefully not spill it all over the couch. To go along with that, they often come with freebies, which is another exciting thing. So the freebie that really drew me in is, of course, a cardigan. This is a simplicity, easy to sew set of cardigans. They have different variations, but the variation in styling is very minimal. It's mostly to do with the extension of the sleeve portion, and then there's a hood versus no hood. By the looks of the back, it says size for stretch knits, but I think because these are usually cut more generously, if you can get your arm, you know, through the sleeve, then that's really the only issue between knits versus no knit. Like this. It also came with a new look top and skirt pattern. Now, neither of these are size for petites, of course, but again, maybe this is my opportunity to play with pattern hacking and see how I can, you know, change things up a little bit. But I'm really just looking forward to reading that magazine and checking out, what is it, the 39 or 49 dressmaking patterns that's included. All right, what else is new, everybody? Well, I went to the gym this morning, as you saw. Not to build any muscles, by the way, we're clearly not there yet, but just to get something into my routine that's different than work, eat, clean, sleep. You know, you need a little something. A lot of the activities I used to really enjoy doing, just wandering about town, going into town, of course, with COVID is not recommended, and it's just fussier. So I haven't been doing a lot of that, but I figured adding a little bit of movement into my day is never a bad thing. Usually on the weekends, I actually just do yoga in the morning, but I thought I'd try out my gym. And it's actually a very nice gym. It's well maintained. It's got great views of the city, and like the equipment is really nice. So it's only been the second time that I'm up there, and so far I've only done the treadmill, and I tried the elliptical for the first time today. I don't know if I love the elliptical. I'm not used to the elliptical movement. I feel like I haven't quite gotten the groove, you know, so I've just been doing the treadmill, brisk walking and then intervals of short runs. So I hope I can keep that up maybe twice a week. That would be ideal. Ooh. The thing I have with exercising, and be honest, let me know if this is also you, I don't like being sweaty. I actually don't mind the exercising. I even don't mind doing sports. Now, I haven't found my thing, but I don't mind it. I just don't like the feeling of being sweaty. And I know being sweaty is a completely normal, appropriate body response to exercising. I just don't like the feeling of being sweaty. So, first world problem, yeah, but you know, that's the truth. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try really hard to go to the gym twice a week. And there's usually not many people there anyways, which is awesome. I also made a lovely purchase through Lug. Now Lug is a handbag / luggage brand. I've shown many of their bags to you. I've now have grown quite a collection. It's actually the largest, like most of my bags are from Lug. I have a few from Coach and then a few from Fossil, and the rest of it is just Lug. I can't help but fall in love with the practicality of Lug bags and the organization paired with cute new prints. They came out with rainbow navy and I could not resist rainbow navy. It just seems so happy. I think during these times when everything is just so gloom and doom, having something, when you see it, you feel so happy about it, is important. But the package is not here yet, so you're gonna have to wait. I'm gonna go and wash this shirt and do some laundry, cause like cola stains, but I'm not sure what the rest of the day will bring. However, if it's something fun, I'll be sure to turn the camera on again and catch up with you. Good morning, hello. I just got back from the gym. Kind of sweaty. Don't like being sweaty. I just need a breather before hopping into the shower and just getting my day actually started. I have been trying to do this gym thing twice a week. Not because I really enjoy it or anything, but I feel like I need some kind of routine scheduled movement in my week. I do actually move a lot at work because I'm not in my own room or classroom all day, like I go around, but it's nice to just do something different, and it super helps when the weather is nice. So you know, that's a little extra perk. Plus if I do it in the morning, it kind of allows me to keep the same general wake-up time as for work, so my weekends don't completely throw me off, and then back to weekdays where I have to get up super early. Regardless, as maybe you can see, the place is a bit of a mess by my standards. This week has just been, you know, like there wasn't anything super dramatic this week, but for some reason I just was not in the mood to clean up. And then things just started piling up. So after I get clean, there's a lot of housework to be done today, but I am excited to just have this place clean and just have some downtime. I bought some fun things at HomeSense yesterday. Managed to head down there because I was picking up an online fabric order anyways, because right now my favorite fabric store, Dresso, downtown, is still closed, but they are doing online orders. Like, I can't imagine them going out of business, so I'm so glad they are trying to keep up by doing online orders. That's awesome. I picked up some fabric to do a curtain for my balcony door, because I put like a little mesh screen there. I'll show you the situation maybe later in the vlog. So there's some like house projects I want to do, but yeah, hope you are all having a good week so far. It's always a little funny when I do these vlogs because I know I'm not talking to you in real time, like uploading in real time. It'll be a little while from when I film this to when you see it, but regardless, sending my well wishes on this gorgeous Saturday morning. I'll catch you a bit later. Thanksgiving long weekend, and I just spent the last half hour or so trying to catch the light before what looks like a thunderstorm rolls in. I really wanted to film this video. I'm working on kind of a work capsule wardrobe recap video. I started wearing like capsule wardrobe just purely as a test in September, and I think it worked pretty well. So I wanted to do like a wrap-up overview and just try making that maybe a semi-permanent thing. Regardless, the point of why I'm here is I am about to get a haircut today for the first time in a long time. So I wanted to come on here and kind of document the hair situation before, and then we'll see how they do afterwards. I am going to a new salon, and you just never know. Like after I moved away from getting my hair balayage by my hair guy, I've just been hopping around to different places and finding a place that does a cut I like a lot. I find that with hair though, when I, had the balayage done, I just let him cut my hair in the sense that I want to give him like as much creative control as he wants to make the balayage amazing. So he did the cut as well as the color, but now that I'm not getting my hair professionally colored anymore, I can have a bit more flexibility in how I want my cut to be. Anyway, beyond the point, this is the current hair situation. It's pretty just medium long-ish, and there's probably a few layers in here, but nothing terribly exciting happening. I will say the toner that I put on my hair a while ago is rinsing out a bit, but I can still see that it made a difference. So I'm excited that the color still looks decent-ish. At some point I will order some more stuff from that Canadian salon hair color website, and I'm just doing all over color. I want to go back to being like a 6A, which was the favorite color that I had when I did my own hair. So a little bit nervous about this haircut. I hope it really turns out well. Side note, dressed kind of fancy today because I was just filming a video, but thought I'd just come on and say hi. It's going to get real dark in about probably 5 minutes, so hopefully there'll be a little smidge of light when I get back and show you what the after of my hair is. Hello, I just came from the wet outdoors. It is now just super yucky outside. What you gonna do? But my hair is a little bit damp, but I'm hoping you can still see my haircut. I am so pleasantly surprised and just like all kinds of wonderful feelings about my new hair place. I think this is a new place I can stick to for a while. The guy who cut my hair did an excellent job. Like, when it comes to the skills that uses your hands, you can really tell when someone is confident and know what they're doing and like just boom, 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 hit all the marks. Like, he knew what he was doing, and I'm like really pleased with my hair. So here, I'll give you a little spin and I'll talk about it briefly. So here's my spin. They didn't take too much off of the bottom, which is fine. The main thing you'll notice is that there is a break point about here, so the layers kind of come this way, and then I have the longer pieces on the bottom. Realistically, what this is kind of like a more refined version of a grown out mullet. Doesn't sound very good, but hear me out. You know the days when, way back when like the Sally Hershberger look was in, like that Meg Ryan, is it Meg Ryan? I think so. Like that shaggy, the long shag, right? Like I love that kind of hair. I know when I got the balayage, they want to keep it long and more one length so you can show off the blend of the balayage, and I totally get it. But for my face shape, since I have a longer face, got a long face, it just really dragged me down. So I like my hair when it had a bit more width here, so like bloop, and then with a little something on the bottom. I know that's not the most technical term, but that's how I like to think about it. So there is a break here, and then the rest of it is longer. They did a wet cut, blow dry my hair and did the round brush thing, and then went back in to texturize and dry cut a little bit and just finish it off. Dude totally know what he was doing, so super pleased. Wasn't much of a conversation because we didn't speak the same language, which is fine, but I brought in a picture, which always helps, and it is styled a bit differently than how I would normally do it, but overall super pleased, tipped him well, and just hope they'll be around because I think this hair is worth going back. What y'all think? Yes? No? Maybe? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm starving, I'm gonna get some food, and I will catch you later. happy Saturday. You guys are a little crooked. Let me try and whoop. Whoa. Fix you up there. How's that? Better? Still a little lopsided? Okay, I think it's good enough. I'll move back because I realize my head's kind of getting cut off. Hi, how are you doing this weekend? It is the last weekend of October, so this will be the last clip that wraps up the October vlogs. I've just been in the great outdoors. It's a wonderfully like that chill, crisp type of autumn day, so it's good. I thought I'd show you a couple of things I just came home with. I went outside on a mission to grab a couple of things. First of all, to pick up my Uniqlo order. I hope I talked about this in the previous clip, I probably did. I've been really wanting to get some work sweaters for the colder season. I don't need them to be super duper warm, but some of my more presentable, nicer sweaters, they're either light colored or they're quite long sleeve, and it's just gonna get real mucky if I wear them to work all the time and the sleeves get grubby, and if they're white or cream or something like that. So I want to have some workwear sweater options for this season that I don't feel too precious about. And with me trying out the workwear capsule wardrobe, which FYI, if you did not see that video, I will link it down below. I've been pulling a select number of clothes to act as a mini capsule, but just for work. So I wear those for the entire month and then I swap them up for something else. Actually, since this is the end of the month, next week when I start work again, so Monday, I get to wear some new clothes if you will. Anyway, let's show you my Uniqlo order. Actually, before I do that, pause. Has any of you gotten to this point in your life, in our lives, where your hands are just not having it with the COVID hand washing? So at work, because I go in between classrooms and into like the public spaces and then go into people's classroom bubbles, I have to wash my hands a ridiculous amount of times. So I'm just about to actually just put on some lotion, but I want to show you what's happening right now. Like, do you see that little blob on my knuckle? So yesterday at the end of the day, my knuckle started bleeding because my hands have been so cracked and so dry, and I just finally gave up and I just decided to like bleed. So I had this big blob all over the place and I just slapped a band-aid on it because I need to go and do other things. But now the skin kind of right between my fingers are getting really red and irritated. The space around my thumb has already gotten there. My knuckles are super dry and crackly, and now it's starting to itch. It's really driving me nuts. So I decided I'm gonna just get some more lotion or like hand cream or just moisturizer in general, but the kind that does not have scent. I am actually someone who prefers scented things for the most part because I like the experience, but because I have to put this on so often, I'm just gonna go unscented. So while I was out anyways, I bought some of the Aveeno Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion with shea butter, and this is fragrance free. I wasn't sure exactly what to get. A lot of hand creams are quite moisturizing, but they can also be just kind of, a lot. And if I need to start washing it off because I'm doing other things at work, I don't want it to be super thick and then be really yucky when I wash it off. So I'll have the weekend to try to nurse this hand a little bit more, but I might take a bottle of this to work or something and just see how it goes. But it's now like starting to itch. Not very fun, guys, so we'll see. Ugh, yeah. Anyway, got this. Hopefully it works. If you have any great recommendations on how to deal with the chaffing and the cracking now from all the extra hand washing, let me know. Would love to know, because if this gets worse and it starts peeling, it's gonna be pretty awful. All right, so back to my Uniqlo order. they were having a sale on some of their items, as they periodically do when they get new stock and get rid of old stock. So I ordered some of their, what are they called? Did I order the 3D cotton knit or the souffle? I can't remember. I guess we'll find out once I open the packaging here. And it's nice that with Uniqlo, I don't think there is a minimum order if you're just shipping it to a store. So I just got my order shipped to a store instead of spending the minimum and getting it shipped to, like, you know, my apartment and stuff like that. Ship to store is pretty okay, especially if you live within like reasonable travel distance to a store, or you can just get there easily. That's what I would recommend. Oh, this is really cute. Okay, this is their 3D knit. So very small. Based on the pictures, it seemed a little bit larger. So I got one in extra small and I got another one in small. Of course, it's pink. Just for some options, I think because this is 100% cotton, oftentimes cotton knit sweaters will tend to stretch a little bit as you wear them, and then they shrink back up after you wash them. So this is the balloon sleeve version, and I kind of chose this because I like the idea of the 3/4 length sleeve. So these are meant to be 3/4 length, they're not full length. They also did have the full length, but again, this appealed to me more. I believe this is 100% cotton. It's not the type of sweater that will keep you super warm, but again, if you work, you know, indoors somewhere that there is like winter heating, you probably don't want to be like super layered up. What does this say? Yeah, 100% cotton. And this is something I've been much more thoughtful about when purchasing my garments now. A lot of knitwear, even, you know, mid-priced knitwear to slightly higher priced knitwear, contain a lot of acrylic and polyester, which in itself I don't have a particular issue with, except for the fact that those inclusions make your sweater and knitwear bobble super easily. A 100% cotton sweater very rarely bubbles, and just if ever, and just I think as a whole lasts a lot better in terms of everyday wear and tear. So I looked at a lot of places and eventually found these, which are 100% cotton. It's very interesting the way that it's knit. It actually does not have any like ribbing on the bands or around the neckline. It's all just knit into it. So I guess that's part of their proprietary technology with the 3D knit. Now I also picked up one in black. Now some of these options are because of what was still available when I was looking at the sale. So that one was extra small. This one is a small. I don't think there is a huge amount of difference. The sleeves are slightly longer in the small, I can tell, and there's just a little bit more room width-wise here. But even with the extra small, I think it'll be fine. It's more of a slimmer fit if I want to wear like wide leg pants or something like that. This is a more regular fit sweater, I think, but both of these were, I think, 30 bucks. Doesn't sound super cheap in the grand scheme of things, but I think perfectly reasonable because it ticked all of my boxes. So I'm really excited to wear those, and maybe I'll put them right into rotation for November. All right, what else did I pick up? Oh, while in Uniqlo, I don't know if you know this, they do these LifeWear magazines, which I thought were kind of cool. I've been doing some scrapbooking and stuff, so it'll be nice to have some magazines to clip. In here, there are some stories, a lot about, you know, sustainability and nature and the initiatives that Uniqlo is taking on. Plus, probably even more so, I like looking at how they're pairing some of their outfits and the design process in some of their garments as well. So I really like seeing, for example, how they show the combination of the pieces to make a pairing. It's just interesting to see. Oh, here it is. Here's one of those 3D knits. What does it say? The art and science of whole garments, right? Like there's no ribbing. It's just knitted in one piece, which is actually the technology in those sweaters. So picked up one of these. These are free at the Uniqlo store, by the way. So they should be out wherever that you're shopping. Okay, the reason I went browsing at the stores is I wanted to get an iron, like a clothes iron. So here's the backstory, guys. I have a beautiful Rowenta heavy duty, can like knock you right out, like piece of brick kind of iron. But it is so heavy. When I'm sewing and crafting or even just ironing my clothes, it takes so much like strength to, especially if you're ironing for long periods of time. And it's quite bulky, it's quite large, it's very heavy. If I'm ironing like a couple meters of fabric in preparation for sewing, it's just way too much to maneuver. I actually also bought a Rowenta travel iron for light jobs, but again, that doesn't work on heavier duty items. It just doesn't have quite the you know, the steam and the power to go for it. And I also kind of think that travel iron I bought has some kind of manufacturing hiccup, but anyways, I never really got around to investigating it. Instead, I'm like, okay guys, what if I just get an iron that works and it's just like your very average run-of-the-mill, I don't need anything fancy, it's not too heavy, and just is easy to use. But apparently, irons are very fussy, because whenever you look at reviews, there isn't like a awesomely reviewed clothes iron. There's always something wrong with something. So after looking around at those reviews, I decided I'm just gonna close my eyes and pick one that seemed okay. So this is what I got. I went and got myself a simple Hamilton Beach, wrong side, that side's French, Hamilton Beach Durathon non-stick sew plate iron. And it has a wrapping cord mechanism, manual wrapping cord, not the things with the spring. I'm always a little wary of those self-retractable components because I feel like they're gonna break and then you're stuck with this thing that doesn't really work. I prefer like a manual wrap, but does have a cord wrap. It's just super simple, but when you're buying super simple irons, one of the things to look out for is how many holes are in the sole plate. If you have too few holes, it's not gonna get a lot of steam out there. So one of the draws of a more expensive iron is that they disperse and design their holes a lot better on the bottom. So when you press it and the steam comes out, it's much more even and you get a lot more steam, which in theory should make ironing a lot faster. But again, this is like a very basic iron. There's no bells and whistles really. But again, maybe this is what I need. Okay. Oh, it's wrapped up in tissue paper. That's interesting. They usually come wrapped up in plastic. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, first impressions, there are a good amount of holes, but the bottom plates seem a little dirty. I don't think it's been used because look, the cardboard that holds the water refill is still here, like all the pieces are still here, but the sole plate is a little dirty. Maybe I just need to wipe it. This is the model 19701. It's still got some weight, but definitely not as heavy as my Rowenta. It's supposed to be a super durable bottom plate. Yeah, I think the holes are okay. You don't want too few holes, but I think this is acceptable for my uses. Pick up that little piece. Oh, also my Rowenta one, it's so hard to refill the water. I get very angry at it. So it just has a simple water refill hole here for the Hamilton Beach. Click it in, and hopefully it works. How does the cord wrap work? Oh, okay, you pull it down like this, and then you rapidly wrap your cord, put it back in. Okay, I'm not mad about this. This is still kind of heavy, but again, I think still lighter than my other one. Good, I think this will be fine. All right, got myself a curling iron. We can continue crafting in peace. Last thing I'm gonna show you before I say goodbye are these Globe electric grounded outlets. Okay, if you live well, in any place where like your plugs are just 2 and they're kind of far apart, these things are super handy. It expands one of your plugs into 3 plugs. And it just looks like that on the back. So it's a 3-prong with a ground and you just plug it in. There were also ones that were the top and bottom and then become 6. But I figure I just get the 3. 6 seems kind of excessive. When I'm sewing especially and I'm plugged in over there, like right where my lamp is, there's not quite enough plugs and I didn't want like a huge extension cord. So I think these will do. I bought 2 of them and they weren't terribly expensive, like $5 or so. So I think this will be good. All right, everybody. So end of October, I wish you well. And that you're having an okay kind of month wherever that you are, and just, you know, looking forward to whatever is happening in November in your lives. I'm not sure what my next couple of videos will be, but I guess we shall wait and see. I'll talk to you very soon. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you really liked it, please subscribe, keep in touch, hit me up over on social media. I'm usually always hanging out there as well. So until next time, take care, everybody. Bye.